done with.
You watching the light there?
No, we're already rolling. So yeah, and you can add that to the beginning. So welcome friends, Chief Tomasi.
So professional.
Ashley Wright, Community Activities and Library and Special Events Director, and whatever your name is.
It's me.
And so today is Friday the
9th.
9th. Mm-hmm. We're a little late, so thanks, Sebastian, for putting up with our recording delays. We wanted to focus today on next week, on Car Week. It's a big week. It has impacts on the villagers, and I think that both of you have worked really hard for the last 360 days in preparation, based on the lessons from last year to prepare for this year. So we want to dedicate this vlog to you, to Car Week.
Yeah.
And to ensure our residents and commercial property owners and business owners that we're ready, and visitors and staff and everyone else, that we're ready for next week. So let's start with Ashley, please, and tell us what's going on and how we're ready.
Okay. We have 4 events happening next week for Car Week. On Tuesday, we have Concours for a Cause. That'll go from 10 to 2, and that spans from Uniborough Street down to Dolores Street. And then on Wednesday, we have a small event, Aston's on the Avenue. That's down at the bottom of Ocean Avenue, just Ocean Avenue, none of the side streets. From Dolores down to Monteverde. And then on Thursday, we have 2 events, so combined, it will take over all of the downtown from Unipro down to Monteverde and the side streets. The top of Ocean Avenue will be Prancing Ponies, and then we'll have Concorso Carmel put on by the Ferrari Owners Club. We've been working all year with our event organizers to make this a special week and to get us back to where we were before the pandemic. So it might not be completely there yet, but this will be the closest it's felt like in terms of festivity around the village and footprint on the streets. You can find diagrams of all of the street closures on the website. It's front and center, Car Week, on the homepage as soon as you click on it, so you can see what our street closures will look like. This week, we're also installing protective netting on the islands down Ocean Avenue to prevent people from traipsing across them, trampling them, especially in light of all the hard work that's been done between our forestry department and Carmel Cares. So that will be up for next week, in addition to protective barriers around the Memorial Arch.
That's great. And the website, I've checked out the website and I've sent so many people there. Our website is wonderful. And on there's also a link to the Monterey County Convention and Visitors Bureau. There's like a live interactive map of the entire peninsula, day by day. It's really cool. All these little dots that are numbered with the different events. So if you want to either know where to go to find events or know where to not go to stay away from events, you can use it for either purpose. But our website's a wealth of information. You guys did a great job on that. And we have links out to other pieces of information too.
That's great. Yeah, if we can add, the maps are great. So Ashley, thank you for preparing those because they're really indicative of what's happening on each day. So maybe we could add a link to the Friday letter so that links to our website. So those maps are really very, very clear. And then, the other thing, obviously, we talk about this every year, but, if you have to go to the pharmacy, maybe don't do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, because the quail event's on Friday, and that creates a lot of traffic on Carmel Valley Road, the crossroads, and in the village. So, but again, if you have any questions, you can call any of us, and we'll advise you on what maybe to do or not to do, because it is a cumbersome week from the traffic and visitor management standpoint.
Yeah, one of the things we're adding to the Friday letter this week is a link and a map, or actually a guide to all of the events that are happening on the peninsula. So it'll tell you when they start and when they end. And that's important. What you just talked about is when to avoid being on the road and when to schedule your appointments around it. I mean, we already know that a lot of the events end between 3 and 6 o'clock at night. So traffic's going to be absolutely terrible. We know that. So just avoid those times on the road.
And school's back in session. So PG, we started this week, and I think Carmel starts next week. Which again, we don't do the planning for Car Week events, so that's done at a higher level.
It's not the Carmel-by-the-Sea Car Week.
No,
we have events,
of what you may believe, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, what do you have from the public safety perspective, Chief?
Well, I did some math yesterday. This is even though I missed the last 2 Car Weeks, this is number 15 for me. So
I think you get a little special.
I think I get a
at 15
pin,
after.
yeah,
It has to be
planning
after
them.
next week.
We're ready. We've done this before. We know what we're doing. We know that we anticipate some shenanigans and tomfoolery. Yeah, I threw that in there.
Well done.
After the events. I mean, we rarely ever have issues during the events.
Right.
They're so well planned and coordinated. Thank you very much. It's afterwards that we've seen since 2019 a group come in, car groups coming in, people who are auto aficionados who want to be on YouTube or TikTok, creating some more issues for us. So what we've done in the past and what we'll continue to do is put up, we call it a chicane or a redirection of traffic route at night. We'll set that up about 6 o'clock at night, and we'll take it down about 4 in the morning or when needed. It'll help redirect traffic. We have a ton of police officers working. We have a lot of vehicles out there. We have a lot of volunteers who will be helping us. We've also coordinated with the county and other peninsula agencies to help us manage these incidents and these car groups. So one thing everybody should know is we are tracking movements, we're tracking social media sites.
Right.
We are watching what's happening, and we can anticipate using the CHP and the other agencies to know where these groups are moving. So if we know they're coming here, we're gonna have more enforcement taking place. It is gonna be a no tolerance week for our patrol officers. So we are out there looking for violations and looking to cite. Although we want car aficionados here, we want them to be respectful of our village and to take care of our village. Anyone who abuses that is probably going to get a ticket or treated by our police officers.
I haven't done anything wrong, and I feel admonished already. So
Thank you.
well done. Thank
Well,
you.
we witnessed that, last few years, we come, Chip and I and others come at night to try to help with that, just like visually, like to let people know where they're at. And you can kind of see this upswell of people around a corner with nothing going on. It's because they're on their social media. And then shortly after that, cars show up. So that your team, everybody's out there does such a great job of anticipating that. And it's a dynamic process to watch too, because they can't really move those big, heavy chicane barriers, but we have some other ones that are movable, and you'll see the routes change throughout the night to adjust to what's coming into town as they're monitoring all that. So it's really impressive. You guys do a wonderful job.
Thanks. We want patience from our village, though, because I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience,
It is.
but it's necessary to control this so we don't have people doing spin-outs, burnouts, sideshow activity.
And
We have to do
it's
this.
about public safety, and not just for the villagers, but for those young men and women who are here from the social media standpoint, who are out in the street, that could get injured by a vehicle. So I know that sometimes it's adversely impactful to some of our commercial entities, but this is a no tolerance, but the businesses need to tolerate this while we try to maintain public safety.
Yeah, just be patient with us while we navigate that part of Car Week.
Yeah. And again, barricades and delineators and cones are orange and brightly colored to show, so that they're visible, right? So we don't have forest green delineators or cones because people wouldn't be able to see them. So again, they're that color for a reason. They're not the most attractive appurtenances, obviously, but they're the color they are for a reason. So anyway.
And can I say a thank you to the Public Works Department? They are the heavy lifters for my department and for the police department during Car Week. So they're out there putting the fencing out there. They're the ones putting the delineators out and helping with those traffic calming measures. And without them, Car Week wouldn't be as safe as it is. So
Well
thank you,
said.
Public Works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you to everyone. I mean, thank you to Community Activities that does a postmortem on Car Week. Thank you to the Police Department and CERT and the VIPs and everyone else. And it's a real team effort, and the council's guidance, obviously, on these kinds of events and making sure that they're in control, and we're not really overwhelmed. We're not any more overwhelmed than we already are.
Car Week is here and we're ready.
We're ready. That's the message today is we're ready.
We're ready.
Yep.
What do you?
We're ready, definitely
okay.
ready.
Oh, we should just end the
Couldn't be
pod
more
that way.
ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah. All right. Well, we all know how we say goodbye on this thing, right?
We're ready.
Yep.
We're ready and
Take good care.